So on my recent trip up to Seattle, Washington to go to the PAX Prime 2011 video game convention, my vacation there was sort of extended against my will because my flight back home was cancelled, so I ended up being in Seattle a few extra days. However, I was very fortunate enough to run into one of the coolest guys I met at the show, and that is Jason, also known as Metal Jesus Rocks. Man, this guy was so awesome. He actually volunteered to take me around to some game stores that weekend on one of the extra days that I had to stay, and he said, hey, let's hit up some game stores, and the first one that we went to is this store here, Amazing Heroes in Kirkland, Washington. Now, he had told me that this place was sort of a fusion between video games and old toys, so at first I was like, alright, I'm not expecting too many games, but man, was I floored when I walked in this place. First of all, I don't have many video game shops like this around me at all, so I rarely get into stores like this. And the first thing that really hit me was the large selection of games. And not only was there a large selection for varying systems, but there were rare games here. Games that you typically don't see in shops like this. And the prices were beyond reasonable. I mean, sure, stores like this, they do base their prices around, what it goes for online. But the prices in Amazing Heroes were so reasonable. And you'll see at the end of this video, I ended up picking up quite a bit, because I was constantly finding a game here and there that I'd been thinking about picking up for a while, so I had quite a bit of fun shopping around this store and being able to see the condition of the items firsthand instead of having to rely on pictures on the internet. I mean, there was a huge selection of rare games here. We're talking RPGs up the wazoo, including Panzer Dragoon Saga, among others. And I actually managed to pick up an RPG that I've been meaning to get for quite some time, and I picked it up here for a very fair price, as you guys will see at the end of the video here, and it was in almost mint condition, so I was very happy with that. So anyway guys, I just have to thank Metal Jesus Rocks just one more time, because he turned what could have been just a boring, drab day hanging around Seattle into one of the coolest days that I spent out in Washington hitting up these video game stores. So our adventures do not end here. I've got 2 more videos coming up on 2 more game stores that we hit around the area. In the meantime, just enjoy the rest of the footage here that I have of the store, and at the end you can see what games I picked up, so thanks for watching. Alright, so coming out of Amazing Heroes, I picked up a copy of Lunar 2 Complete in almost mint condition. The outer box here just has a little bit of a seam line there from cutting open it from the factory, it seems like, but everything's in here complete and mint. The first thing that caught my eye when I walked into this place, I knew it was going to be a good day. Everybody's recommending this game to me, and that's Little Nemo the Dream Master on the NES Complete in pretty decent condition, so I was like, this place is starting off good. Next thing that caught my eye, I don't think this is that rare, but I love the artwork on here, and for $7 I got a complete copy of King's Knight on the NES, and this is a Square game. Looks like it's sort of like a sort of like a Legend of Zelda type game. It's pretty cool. Also picked up F-Zero GP Legend in mint condition, complete on the Game Boy Advance for $8. I've been looking for this for a while as well. $18 for a complete copy of Conquer Live and Reloaded on the original Xbox. That's a good deal because on eBay these generally tend to go for about 30 plus. This looked really interesting because as a kid I would have jumped on this in a heartbeat. I'm a fan of monsters, and it's called Fighting Masters. It's sealed on the Sega Genesis, and it's sort of like you can tell they got a giant enemy crab right on the front there. I could tell this game was right up my alley. Wacky monsters, and it's a fighting game. So, also, I saw this and I'm like, oh, because I've been thinking about getting this. Decent price, I think it's about a $10 soundtrack, but for $4 I got a brand new sealed Tempest 2000, the soundtrack, the Atari Jaguar. I actually don't own that game yet, but the music is very good. And for Jason here, I found 2 excellent recommendations. I'm like, you have to get these, and he bought them. Astro Boy the Omega Factor, complete on Game Boy Advance for only $10, as well as one of my personal favorite games of all time, Heart of Darkness on PlayStation 1 Complete, which also comes with, not many people know this, the 3D glasses, which you can use to watch the opening cutscene in 3D. So, overall, an excellent experience here, excellent prices.